Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. For those of you who are new here, my name is Hannah. I am a flight attendant for a major US airline, and today we are going on a 3-day trip. It is a 3-2-1, and so far this summer, none of my trips have gone according to plan. So here's to hoping that this one goes smoothly, but that's a big ask in the summer, unfortunately. So let's just hope that if it doesn't go smoothly, that it doesn't go just terribly wrong. But let's get our stuff together. I have about 20 minutes till sign in, and let's head into the airport and get day one started. I was positioned to this trip, so I was in charge of the back galley and getting the beverage carts set up for the main cabin beverage service. Day one was a 3-leg day, but it went as good as it could have gone. Our first flight of the day was to Boston. We left 1 minute early and ended up getting in 17 minutes early, which we love because that really kind of set us up for success the rest of the day because those turn times are so quick now. But had a snack on my first flight, had my little protein shake, read a little bit. Then we made our way back to Charlotte. We left 7 minutes early and got in 30 minutes early on that flight, which is amazing because you need all the extra time you can get in Charlotte these days since they're making those connection flights so quick. Had another little snack on that second flight. Those were some protein balls. We did have to switch aircraft to work our third flight. Basically, during boarding, the two just sets up the carts the whole time. We're not really out in the aisle doing other stuff unless we finish setting up the carts. Then we'll go and assist with bags and stuff. But yeah, mostly we're just setting up the carts back there. Our last flight of the day was to New Orleans. We left 2 minutes early and got in 14 minutes early, so it was a great day one. We just got to the hotel. Here is my view of the Saints Stadium and the rest of downtown New Orleans. Also, it always throws me off when the TV is on when I get into my room. I don't know why hotels do that because it kind of freaks me out a little bit. Why is someone talking? I'm like, is someone in here? Or I'm like, is someone watching TV? And I'm walking in on them. I don't understand why they turn the TV on. That freaks me out. But we talked about going to get food as a crew. Even though I don't need to get food, I have my own food. But this hotel that we're in is an Uber ride away from a lot of restaurants, I guess, is what my crew was saying. You'd have to take an Uber to get to restaurants, or maybe it's just the more famous restaurants here or whatever. I don't know. So I think we're gonna wait and all go out tomorrow. So that last leg did me in. I'm pretty tired. I was feeling good before a little sit. Was thinking I might would go to the gym, but I think I'm just gonna get some stuff done. Instead, I need to edit a vlog. I need to do my devotions for the day. And there's a few other things that I need to do. So I'm just gonna do that on this layover and then go out and do some fun stuff tomorrow, hopefully. But let me get out of this uniform, put on some comfy clothes, and get some stuff done. In between our second and third flights, we had a 2-hour sit. So I had started an episode of Veronica Mars but wasn't able to finish it. So I had to finish that episode before I could do anything else on the layover. I did finish my vlog editing and then had my dinner. It was a lemon Italian chicken pasta. And then I did my devotions for the day. I take melatonin gummies to help me sleep on layovers, especially when I have to get up early in the morning because I don't sleep good otherwise. But I could not get over the view of the Superdome with the sun going down behind it. It was so pretty. I read a little bit once I got in the bed to help kind of quiet my mind and then called it a night. Good morning. It is day 2. We have one less leg today than we did yesterday, but our due day is still going to be on the longer side because we have a 3-hour sit in between our 2 legs today. So yesterday went perfectly. Hopefully we can have that same luck today and make it to Austin on time, but it is a few minutes till van, so let's go ahead and head downstairs and get day 2 started. So day 2 started off with this lovely letter from the inbound crew basically saying they had a crazy day the day before, and when they were about to head to New Orleans from Charlotte, they didn't have catering, but they didn't want to wait on catering and take a delay, which is valid. We're also not supposed to wait on catering. So the carts I had were like left over from multiple flights, which is crazy. So they were just all a complete mess, and for a minute there, I wasn't sure if I was going to be able to find enough stuff to do a beverage service. But before I even got started on all that, I needed to have my coffee. I've been going to Starbucks and just getting a plain cup and then putting my cold brew in there so that I don't have to do multiple cups of coffee. I can just do one, and it has been game changer. After looking at the carts, the only thing we really needed was water, which is very surprising that it went through that many flights, and the only thing we needed was water. But I was able to make the carts work, which we love. But we boarded a little bit late going back to Charlotte because we didn't have pilots. And normally we wouldn't wait for the pilots, but the agent made a comment saying that they were showing they weren't fit to fly. So we're like, well, we're not going to board if we're going to be sitting on here for an hour with all these people. But ended up working out, and we had 50 open seats, so we still left on time and got in early. We had to sit in between our 2 flights. I don't know if you heard the fire alarm that went off in the crew room when I was sitting down there watching my movie and eating my snacks, but that was fun. We were also all kind of looking around like, is anyone going to leave the crew room? And nobody did, but it got fixed after like 15 minutes. Anyways, then we made our way to Austin. So this is interesting. My trash bin is up on the counter. I noticed when I first walked in that this was like tilted like that, but then this is also open. So I'm like, what's going on here? But it is 3:30. Around 5 o'clock, we're gonna meet up as a crew, and the restaurant in the hotel has a food and drink happy hour. So we're just gonna do that because there weren't any sit-down restaurants close by the hotel. It was all fast food, and I don't need food, and another one of my crew members doesn't need food. So we were just gonna kind of all hang out. Some of us drink, some of us eat, and can't really do that at a fast food restaurant. So I mean, I would still go and just sit and hang out with everybody, but it made more sense to try to find a sit-down restaurant, and it is 95 degrees outside, so we did not want to go walk 40 minutes to find a hotel. So we're just gonna check out, I mean, not a hotel, a restaurant. We're just gonna go check out the one here and see how that is. But these clothes are like sticking to me because it's so hot outside, so I need to change clothes, and then we're just gonna kill some time for the next hour and a half until it's time to go hang out with everybody. Before I met up with the crew, I got my devotions done for the day. It usually takes me like 45 minutes to get those done. And then I watched an episode of Veronica Mars, which any New Girl fans out there, Schmidt is on this show, but he talks so weird, and I'm like, Schmidt, why are you talking like that? It like drives me nuts when I hear him. He has like a lisp or something. I don't know. It's just like drives me nuts. Also, Jesse, I think that's his name, from Breaking Bad. Like, they have so many good characters that just like pop up on that show. I love it. But I forgot to get a video of us down at dinner. I just had a drink, and then we were down there for like an hour, came back up, ate my pasta, then locked myself in the room, made sure to close those blinds because I need it as dark as possible to get any kind of sleep when it's way too early for me to try to be going to bed. But I have to be going to bed because the vans are so early. Got all my devices plugged in to charge, got my van money out for the next morning, and went ahead and made sure my suitcase was mostly packed just to kind of save time from doing that the next morning. Then I read a little bit, and that was day 2. Good morning. It is day 3, go home day, one final leg to work, which is the best way to end a trip, but it is van time, so let's go downstairs and catch the van and get this one leg over with. We were on the 737 for the last leg of the trip, which you know isn't my favorite, but being the 2, it's not as bad as being like the 3 or the 4 because you don't have to deal with the boarding stuff as much, which is really my issue with that plane. But also, this is probably the cleanest coffee pot I've ever seen in my entire life. Usually they are disgusting and look like they have never been cleaned, so we love to see that. But our last leg was back to Charlotte, and we left about 5 minutes early and got in about 10 minutes early, so a great way to end the trip. We just had 3 perfect days of flying in the summer, no less. Like, we did not even have a single delay, like not even like a 5-minute delay. Like, we left on time and got in on time every single leg of this trip, which is amazing because my last couple trips have not been like that. So we love when things go perfect and according to plan. It just makes life so much easier. But it's 11 a.m. I have the rest of the day to do whatever I like. It'll probably take me an hour and a half to get home, so I'll probably get home around 12:30, 12:45, depending on if there's any kind of bit of traffic anywhere. My family is going to the lake today, so I'll be curious to see if Ozzy's at the house, because my mom texted me last night and asked if she should just keep him home or take him with them, which sometimes he freaks out when people are packing up the cars and stuff. So I told her if he was fine to just leave him at home, but if he was throwing a fit to go with them, to just let him go, and I would see him when he get home, they get home from the lake. So we'll see if he's home when we get there. But let's go get on the road, get this little drive over with so we can relax for the rest of the day. Hi. What? What? I have to go to work, Oz. I have to go to work. Did everybody leave you and go to the lake? Hi. Hi, baby. Oh my goodness. Oh, honey. What are you doing? Hey. Hi. I started to get really tired on that drive back for some reason. I'm not sure what that's about, even though this morning was the only morning on this trip where I really just did not want to get out of the bed. So maybe I just need a little bit more sleep than I was able to get last night. But I'm off for the next 3 days, so I'll have plenty of time to make up for that rest that I guess I missed last night before I'll be going back to work again. As always, any questions, comments, whatever, you can put them in the comments below. I hope you enjoyed, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.